Hey there. So you are thinking about making a move here to the Salt Lake City, Utah area, but you're kind of still on the fence. Well, today I'm going to be sharing with you some tips and some things that you should know that many people don't talk about or that they really don't mention in a lot of videos. Before you make a move here, you should know these things, and we're going to hop into it right now. Mariah Curley here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I'm a licensed and active real estate agent here in Utah, and this channel is literally everything you need to know about eating, working, playing, sleeping, and living here in Utah. If that's of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you are notified. Every week we drop a new video. We hear from people like you all the time who are looking to make a move, who are looking to buy, sell, relocate, build a property here in Utah, and we absolutely love it. So if that is you and you're thinking about making a move in a week, in a month, or even a year from now, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. My team and I hear from people like you all the time and absolutely love it. We also have a free Moving to Utah guide. If you'd like a copy of that free guide, comment the word down below, guide, Guide, and we'd be happy to send that over to you. So some of the things that you should know that a lot of people don't really talk about making a move here to the Salt Lake City, Utah area. So some people that make a move here to Utah, sometimes they call Sunday not a fun day, which actually has made me laugh because let me share a little bit of why some people say Sunday is not fun day. And what they mean by this is many of the shops and restaurants are closed on Sunday. Many of the larger stores, many of the chain restaurants, many of the big box places are open. But many of the smaller restaurants, smaller boutique shops, many of those things are closed on Sunday. So there are more limited activities that take place on Sunday. A lot of the sporting, a lot of the not professional, but in terms of like family, kids sort of activities, a lot of those are not scheduled on Sunday. Most of the running races, most of the biking races, most of the kids' activities are not on Sunday. Sunday is more limited in terms of that kind of sports and recreation, like in terms of organized different things. However, Sunday here in Utah, like I said, there's a lot of things that are closed, but there are also a lot of, you're going to see a lot of people out and about on Sundays. A lot of people you'll see hiking, biking, boating, doing a lot of things. And you'll also see a lot of people coming and going to church. So you'll see a lot of churches around on Sunday. Many people attend church. So something that you should know. Number two, let's talk about skiing and let's talk about some of the ski resorts. Yes, some of these ski resorts get so packed. And over the years, some of these resorts, and when I'm talking about Big and Little Cottonwood Canyon, getting in Big and Cottonwood Canyon can be can be great, but it also the traffic and congestion in and out of the canyon can be an absolute mess. Depending on the time you go, allow for extra time. Many times too, some of the ski resorts up there, Brighton, Solitude, Alta, some of those too, you have to reserve parking. Otherwise, forget about even getting parking. I was talking to a friend recently that's like, oh, I took took the kids to Brighton and I just kept circling and circling and like could not find a parking spot. So sometimes you can make it all the way up there and not find a parking spot either. So it can be very, very frustrating. So just know there are some resorts though that are going to be a lot more open and you're not going to have to be fighting the traffic in and out of the canyons. But just know that traffic, congestion going in and out of Big and Little Cottonwood Canyon can be problematic. Heard from a few people that the focus on family here can be a little bit overwhelming if you are single. Sometimes people feel like, because it's such a family friendly state that, that it excludes others that are single. That hasn't been my experience. And many of the people that I've talked to haven't experienced that. But a handful of people that I have chatted with are like, yeah, you know what? It seems like everybody's doing things with their family constantly. And because a lot of people have family here, sometimes people feel like it's harder to make friendships or harder to make, other relationships simply because a lot of people are doing things with their family all the time. So just kind of know that for some people, they're like, it's awesome. Other people are, feel a little bit overwhelmed by it. Kind of going along with that of just finding your tribe and finding your people. I think like any new place that you pick up and move to, and I tell a lot of people this that I help relocate here, where they're like, when am I going to find my people? Like, how am I going to like, right? There's going to be a lot of very, very friendly people that are going to reach out and that are smile and do all those different things. But it does take time. Anytime you're moving to a new city, a new state, a new place, it is, it's going to take time. But I always say, if you're the one who is like reaching out and you're getting involved with different groups, whatever that may be, if you are into biking, if you're into hiking, if you're into gardening, if you're into tennis or pickleball or whatever it is that you are, part of. I was recently talking to a mom and she was like, "Oh, you know what? All of my friends now are my kids' friends because they're all dance moms or they're all soccer moms or they're all, these different moms because that's, I'm with my kids all the time and I'm with those moms all the time." And so a lot of times those friendships and things, they take time, but a lot of them too happen out of convenience for the groups that you're surrounding yourself with. So if you're thinking about moving here, dive in to whatever interests you. If that's the church community, if that is the pickleball community, if that's the tennis, if that's the, whichever community, theater and arts and whatnot, lean into those communities and be the inviter to, invite people to go on the hike, invite people to go on the walk or the bike ride. And before you know it, you're going to have a pretty good sized tribe because there are a lot of really, really nice, family friendly, and just really nice people here in Utah. One of the things, I was recently helping a client that moved here, and she's like, "Mariah, we just went to the DMV and, to register the cars and everything." She's like, "I could not believe how friendly the people were at the DMV. Like, it just blew my mind." Another thing people don't really mention about, moving here too, the friendliness and then the cleanliness, the friendliness and the cleanliness. There are a lot of the parks, there's not a lot of trash and homeless, and there's not a lot like people, if people leave their jacket, at the park, then a lot of times people will hang the jacket up or put the jacket over to the side. Or, I was here at one of the parks and, there were a couple water bottles that were left and they're just, left there. And when, they come back and get them, it's clean, it's friendly. So those are, some things that you should also be aware of. And last but not least, let's talk about food and dining. Some people that make a move here are like, "Oh my gosh, Mariah, there are so many choices of different quick casual foods that they absolutely love." There's other people that move here and they're like, "The Mexican food is not what it was where I came from," or, "This isn't what I'm used to." So the food, some people absolutely love it. There's a lot of great options in and around downtown Salt Lake. There's a lot of really great fine dining in Park City as well. It just depends on what you're looking for. It depends on what kind of options you're looking for too. But dining is one of those ones that some people really love it here, and then other people are like, "There's nothing to eat." So there's kind of that balance. So hopefully this gives you an idea if you are thinking about making a move here to Utah. We talked about Sunday Fun Day. We talked a little bit just, kind of knowing that there are many things that are going to be closed here on Sunday. Lots of people love that though, because it gives them more time to do whatever it is that they're wanting to do. We also talked a little bit about Big and Little Cottonwood Canyon and how that can, really get congested through, through the canyon during ski season. And then also, the food, the restaurants, the shops, some of those things are, a deal breaker for some, others not. And then also kind of finding your people, finding your tribe, knowing that Utah is a really family friendly state. Some people feel a little bit like, "Oh man, it's hard to break into the groups that I want to break into because everybody's with their family." But also, a lot of times there is that strong sense of community too, where people will very much welcome you in. If you are thinking, you're hearing these different things, you're like, "You know what? Sign me up for Utah. It still sounds so great." My team and I hear from people like you all the time, and we absolutely love it. So feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. And if you do want a copy of that free Moving to Utah guide, feel free to comment down below the word guide, GUIDE, and I'd be happy to send that over to you. Wishing you a fantastic rest of your day and week, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Have a great one. Bye.